Welcome to the Copper King Mine and Railroad. Today we're going to talk about Utah Power and Light substation at Bingham. So stay tuned. Utah Power and Light substation at Bingham Canyon. Utah Power and Light substation at Bingham was built high on the hillside above the town. First, let's show you images where this was at Bingham. Because the canyon was so narrow, property was scarce. The houses and buildings were built up the hillside and back into the mountain. The road to the substation went up behind these buildings and houses, then up this steep road. The substation was just above Montana-Bingham mine and dump. Later, this spot will be home of the Bingham High School. When the high school moved down to Copperton, the building will be used for Bingham Central Grade School. Bottom right in the photo. This image shows just a glimpse of the Utah Power and Light substation. That's top left. Notice they are still actively working the Montana-Bingham mine. The next photo shows Bingham High School on the north side of the canyon. The high school, grade school, and gymnasium for both are all in a row. The gymnasium will later become the Civic Center. Here's another view looking down Markham Gulch, past Markham Bridge. Down across the canyon, the substation is center right. This one is dated October 15, 1926. Here's a 1929 Stanford Fire Insurance map. The road that went to the substation, the map shows the name of the road, Wall Street. This 1932 image shows how steep that road was going up to the substation. You entered the road off Main Street. Then you went through Bingham Garage. A later picture of the entrance, when Bingham was being demolished, shows that entrance. Note the hand-painted sign on that cement structure. Stop, sound horn. This led you out onto Main Street. Dated photos of the construction gives us the year of 1913 to 1914. This image is dated August 7, 1913. It shows them working on the attendance cottage. This image is dated September 25, 1913. It shows the beginning of construction. The photo is labeled Dead End Still Towers at Sub. We are lucky we have some inside pictures of the construction. This one labeled Bingham Substation High Tension Switchboard, December 23, 1913. Then taken the same December 23, 1913 day, Bingham Substation interior view towards low tension apparatus. The 1929 Stanford Fire Insurance map shows the substation's layout. Then here's a January 7, 1914 photograph of the complex and a January 15, 1914 overhead view looking down on the area. Here is another view of the complex, this one dated July 18, 1937. Then a later picture of the main building, this one dated July 22, 1965. An interesting letter from the destruction says the substation was tied into the line at one time that apparently crossed over the Oquirrh Mountains from the Jordan Narrows. In fact, the line was called the Jordan Narrows Line. More research tells us in 1897, a group of Salt Lake City businessmen organized the Jordan River Electric Generating Company, built mostly to supply electricity to the mines at Mercer and Bingham, Utah. Now here's some images of that Jordan River hydroelectric plant. The Jordan River was dammed off and redirected down pipes, or what they called penstocks, into the generating plant where it turned two turbines. The company struggled with high debt and low water levels. They also had legal difficulties. The company was sold several times. It was eventually purchased by Utah Power and Light Company. I visited the remains sites, according to another source, on September 15, 2024. Now, these could have been the remains. As I looked at them, I thought the top area, as shown, could have been the reservoir area. Then the outlet to the pipes or penstock that ran down the hillside to turn the turbines and the generators. If so, that would make the power plant down by the Jordan River, what I couldn't get to. I would have liked to see if there's any remains to that generating plant down by the river. Anyway, that was just my opinion. It was fun to see some of these old remains. Now, it was right next to the Jordan River Parkway Trail on Iron Horse Boulevard, if you want to visit those. The Utah Power and Light substation at Bingham was demolished in 1974. These images showed the demolition of that main building. The photographs of the demolition and accompanying letter were sent to the president of Utah Power and Light at the time. So that's the Utah Power and Light substation at Bingham Canyon, Utah.